Hello, I'm Dr. Morris. I hold several degrees in botanical medicine. I'm a biochemist. I'm also a naturopathic physician, and I've been practicing for the last 40 years helping others to understand what causes their health problems and how they can find remedy or how they can cure them. I run a health clinic, and our focus is on the health of the body. And when you understand how simple the body's made and how you create things, then it's easy for you to understand how you reverse them. I'm going to be starting a whole video series on the health of the body, how to understand the body very simplistically, and how you regenerate the body. I first, however, am very prompted for this video relating to a story on Jane Velez Mitchell's show relating to a 9-year-old boy who had a leukemia, and his mother failed to give him chemo, and he had died eventually, and then they found her guilty of manslaughter. There was a lot of misinformation given out by Jane, which I can't blame her. I see this very often in the news media, where the medical profession has passed their lies out and have the news media part of that propaganda. One of the biggest ridiculous misinformation propaganda instruments out there is that chemotherapy has anything to do with any type of curative medicine. Jane had mentioned that 85 to 95% of the people that take chemo survive and overcome cancer with it. I'm sure those of you who are listening know that to be totally false. That's actually the opposite. 85 to 95% of the people actually die taking chemo and radiation. These are top of the American Medical Association's top cancer-causing treatments. Chemotherapy is an acid that is between 1 and 2 pH. That's between battery acid and hydrochloric acid in your stomach. The acids that damage cells are about 3 pH. So chemotherapy is 10 to sometimes 50 times hotter than the acid that damaged the cell in the first place. Let's be clear. You must understand in today's world what causes cancer. Medical doctors have drummed up this ridiculous concept of diseases, which disempowers the people and empowers them for I don't know what reason other than to collect money, because there is no such thing as diseases, and medical doctors can't cure a thing. They can't cure high blood pressure, diabetes. These things are easy. Leukemia, easy to cure, particularly in children. Most cancers are easy to cure when you understand what causes it. You're not trying to treat a dreaded disease that flew in from Moose Jaw, Alaska. Cancer is of a cell. And then what damages a cell? Well, there's only two sides to chemistry. One side of chemistry heals you. The other side of chemistry is called corrosive chemistry or acid chemistry. If you want to know what acid is, just belt up some hydrochloric acid out of your stomach or drink a Coke. Coca-Cola is about 10 times cooler than hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid will literally eat up the cells in your stomach if you don't neutralize it with bicarbonate. So of all the chemistry on the planet, you can divide it up only in two sides. The rest of the human body is simply nothing but cells and two major fluids. That's right, the human body is only made up of around 100 trillion cells and two major fluids. The two major fluids obviously takes care of the health of the cells. Just like a little baby, you got to feed them and you got to clean them. So if you visit my website, robertmorrisnd.com, you will see a story on the Great Lymphatic System, part of my new book series. Would be very beneficial if you understand your lymphatic system, which is the body's gigantic sewer system, and the two sides of chemistry, and what acids mean to you. All the inflammation, all the pain, all the swelling, all the arthritises, the lupuses, the cancers, all of these things are a result of the acid side of chemistry, and your lymphatic system deals with that side of chemistry. Your blood cannot, and you stay alive over 4 minutes. So understand, there's a lot of misinformation out there. We are killing our children like crazy with chemo. The medical profession is the #1 killing modality on the planet. I can't call it a health modality because it has nothing to do with health. And the judges are buying into this, everybody's buying into this, ridiculous. Ask Tony Snow, ask Patrick Swayze, we're going to conquer. You can't overcome acids. Acids will chew you up. There's nothing you can do about it unless you neutralize them with the other side of chemistry. Folks, there's a lot of misinformation. Don't buy into it so you lose the loved one. This lady had a right not to give her kid battery acid. And for a judge to force people into taking battery acid or giving it to their kids, that's why America's mad. America's mad because you're taking the freedom away. Leukemia in this child, she didn't have access to our health. Natural health is not alternative. Natural health is traditional. We've been around since God made the planet. Sorry. Allopathic is radical chemistry. Matter of fact, the allopathic community basically in this country, started by the Rockefellers, the World Bank people, have had a propaganda, have conspired with the states to run a monopoly to suppress the information and the ability we have to help you heal yourself. And so medical doctors can't cure you, but they can treat your symptom with toxic and many times deadly pharmaceuticals. It's okay to have a deadly pharmaceutical on the market. So what if it kills 30% of the people? There's a big so what. The big so what is no one's looking out after you guys. Hi, I'm Dr. Morris, and this is part 2 of the video here series on killing with chemo. This is something I'm obviously very passionate about. I've sat here for 40 years and watched tens of thousands of people come in here that's literally been butchered by the medical community. Man must start asking questions, stepping back, quit walking blind. Start looking outside, seek knowledge, seek the answers, ask why. I see children with their stomachs tied around their esophaguses because they threw up, Botox treatments in the rectum of babies who can't poop, stomachs removed and put up into the shoulders of people for cancer. I've seen so many radical things that it's just, and they get away with it. It's disheartening. And the news media is playing into this. They're using these medical people that are medical analysts giving their opinions, and half of it is crap, half of it is lies. People have no clue to the truth. It's time the news media start learning the natural side of health. You'll see a world that will open your eyes and you won't believe what you've been a party to. It's just a sad state of affairs we have in this country, and we have to stop because genetically our children are in very serious trouble. Medical doctors are way out of their league. There's no way that they can help these children. They do not know how to regenerate tissue. My specialty is remembering genetics in cells and to regenerate tissue. You have to work at these higher levels of understanding in today's world, or the humans will not survive this. You cannot treat symptoms with toxic drugs and killing drugs. This is a cash cow that's frankly terminating a lot of people. As Jesse Ventura said the other day, the World Health Organization has an agenda to terminate a big part of the human race. Those few wealthy people would like to be the few on the planet, maybe even run a few slaves. Very passionate about what's going on here in the world and in this country. I've been suppressed for years and trying to get the truth out to the world. And so has nature passed the world over. We're trained in chemistry, physics, how the body works, the chemistry of foods. And people, it's so easy to understand. And once you understand, then you'll be empowered to cure these simple things. You'll be empowered to cure your cancers. You'll be empowered to cure your arthritises and all the pain your body's going through. Learning what really causes these things. And it's not difficult. So the news media, quit throwing out this wrong propaganda out there. Because there's no curative value to chemotherapy. It is the top of the cancer-causing treatments. So is radiation. Radiation destroys cells. Listen, mammograms, I find that amazing. That board just came out a few months ago with how mammograms causes cancer, and then when they wanted to get, the board said, well, reduce mammograms, and then everybody said, medical doctors, well, how are we going to tell whether you have cancer? You got to have mammograms. Everybody's jumping on the cancer-causing treatment, diagnostic tools, and drugs, and diet, and all this, and you wonder why there's so much cancer. If you're gonna take these cancer-causing treatments, then don't complain if you die. If you think 80 or 90% of the people survive cancer, just look at the rich and the famous, or the news broadcasters, or the news media, or the movie stars. How many of them do you know survive cancer? Some do. A lot of them get into the natural health field, and the audacity of the medical profession to call us alternative is disgusting. You think it would be better to gut you like a hog and take the arteries out of your legs and put them in your heart, knowing that it won't do any good anyway, it'll only last a few years? Or take a few herbs, change your diet, clean the cholesterol, understand why cholesterol plaques or calcifications develop, get those out of the body and fix it up naturally where you don't have any problem anymore, and fix the cause of the problem? See, we're fixated on symptoms. And when you're fixated on symptoms, you don't understand what causes things. And if you don't understand what causes things, you don't find a remedy to this. Children can be saved all over the place. There's a particular hospital advertising on TV all the time, makes me sick. They give your kids chemotherapy. Just before they die, they put them on TV and ask for more money. And we're having all these rallies for breast cancer. We'll find a cure someday. Stop and think how stupid that is. It's a carrot in front of your nose. Breast cancer is easy to cure. Understand what causes it. Don't be part of the butchered, maimed people that come in here on their last leg hoping we can save them. Because we do save most of them. But there's a few it's impossible to save. They've been butchered too much. It's horrible to see what's happened to some of these children on chemo and radiation, and what they look like, and what the parents have to go through with this. So learn how to eat properly. Learn how to take care of yourself. Get out of dead animal eating and all these acid food eatings and start eating fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. Clean your body's waste system, the lymphatic system. Learn about the body sewer system. Don't buy into this that chemotherapy is some marvelous cure that's going to save you. Because the Tony Snows of the world, the Patrick Swayzes of the world is going to disagree with you. And it just keeps going more and more and more. All these people that die does not have to die from this. So learn the truth, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.